You just got your first 2 sneakers, and in time you already doubled that in number, even tripled it. And then you just kept buying some more, until you got a pile of boxes in your room. And you got your first pair of Jordans. You're a sneakerhead. Let's talk about it.
I think I started when I was 13 years old. When I went to the States, I didn't actually start with a pair. I started with a bunch of pairs. I was in Las Vegas and we went to this factory outlet, and inside there was Nike. So we went there, and the basketball person inside me was buying all the shoes I saw. So I started with a bunch of Air Maxes, Roshi Runs, bunch of basketball shoes such as Hyper Dunks, Hyper Fuses. I was into basketball, so I like being flashy, you know. Kung di ka magaling, maging ano, pakita ka lang ng yabang. So I think I showed it through shoes, accessories such as like arm sleeves and leg sleeves. Until na when I got older, I liked a bunch of shoes na hindi na basketball shoes. Yung ano na mga pamorma, like Gucci's, mga ganun, mga Yeezy.
At his peak, he bought about 50 pairs or more in a single year, visiting sneaker outlets weekly buying basketball shoes, costing about $100 or more. So much so that he can determine the authentics or the fakes.
One gift that God gave me to know if it's fake or not. Kasi ano, for me din naman, not for other people, not to judge them, but it's also for me. Parang if other people sells me this kind of shoe, I know when it's fake or not. I think the most expensive shoe I bought was it's probably my Gucci Aces, the basic ones, the white sneakers. I bought it for 35k, and I bought it in Japan actually for my birthday.
He claims that his current collection of sneakers can reach a price point way above 100,000 pesos, crediting most spending from his parents.
And I think it's one thing I'm not proud of, kasi they could have spent it on other stuff that would mean more. But I think, yeah, it came to a point that they really supported my addiction. Not naman addiction, I can say that, but yeah, in a good way. As in, everywhere I go, I think every week meron akong bagong sapatos. Kasi nga, alright, there's a story kasi my dad was, he didn't have money back then when he was a child. So he didn't buy the shoes that he wanted. His parents didn't buy him the shoes that he wanted because they didn't have the means to buy. So when I got old, then he got older. He got a job na and everything. So God blessed us with the means to buy shoes. So that's when he bought me shoes. Kasi we're in the same size rin eh. So when he buys, parang it's for him din. So parang ganun din. When I wear it, he wears it. Sometimes nga he wears it too. My Ultra Boosts. My Ultra Boost, he wore it once to work. So after his work, meron siya mga putik. So sobrang nagalit ako. So yun. Siguro that's my addiction talaga na parang nung 13 years old ako na every week meron akong binibili. Every week meron stopover sa mga outlet. So yun. That was my addiction back then.
Kobe since claimed that he has now controlled his addiction, selling his sneakers for under retail, and giving them away, mostly to his relatives such as his cousins and his uncles. Keeping only a little over 20 pairs in his collection, putting them aside in his room.
Now, I think I own about 20 pairs of shoes, I think. Kasama na yung mga leather shoes and all that. I sold a bunch of shoes na. But, just like what I said, I most probably give it to my cousins because they need or like they really want it. So, I'm a generous relative naman, so I give them my shoes. I really don't find the fun of having a bunch of shoes kasi nga, diba, like what my dad said, you're not gonna wear them all at once. So yun nga, when I grew more mature, I understood that it's not really about the shoes, like how many shoes you have. It's about the quality or the sentimental value that the shoes have. So I think that's it.
Wow, Sinatra.
Actually, dati gusto ko lang yung sneakers. But yung money ko hindi man enough. So, Sperry, ganun muna ako. Friends ko naka-Genoski sila nun and everything. And then nag-save up lang ako, so ayun, nag-start na ng isa lang and then tuloy-tuloy na. Siguro, 2 pairs a year actually. Right now, sobrang baba ng inventory ko, like it's 50, I'd say 50. Yeah, 50 right now. Like yung ginamit ko personal, I'd say probably 1,000 to 1,005 siguro. 1,000 was accumulated, not one time, big time, but that's accumulated.
It wasn't always like this. Jed started out selling Nike Elite socks during his high school years before he sold sneakers at a higher price. He tried other methods earning money through sneakers and flipped that money to profit for him to get more shoes for him to sell.
Sa outlet, mura lang Elite socks eh. So pag nadadaan ka ako, bibili ako doon. And then, from there, to semi-heat na sneakers, Air Force One, to this, sobrang big jump. And nagulat na lang din ako, ganun siguro talaga pag gusto mo ginagawa mo. Actually, noong una, puro loss. Balik pera lang. Plus 500, minsan nga minus 500 pa. Para may pera ka ulit, pang ikot. Noong una, gusto ko talaga kasi ng Y3. So, sinel ko lahat ng shoes ko. Nag-try ako mag-repaint. Nag-repaint ako ng shoes, nag-clean ako noon. Nung hindi pa uso yung sneaker cleaning shop, repainting. Ang yellowing ng boost ako, mga nauna noon. And yun. So, nag-save up ako onte, tapos bumili yung Y3. Like 9K, mahal na sa akin 9K nun for Y3. And then, pagkabili ko ng Y3, flip ko siya to buy many pa. Para mapa-flip ko ulit, tapos bibili ulit ako na isa pang solid. Tapos naging addiction na yung hanggang sa lumaki na lang, di ko na napansin. From hobby, nag-jump ako into, try lang na may formula. Lagyan ko onting formula para kumita pa ako ng more.
Jed has turned this into his business, starting out small selling in sneaker groups to eventually creating the IG store that is Mendiola Cartel. In a span of 4 years. He would buy sneakers now overseas and sell them here in the Philippines. He has also worked with and sold sneakers to high-profile individuals during this growth. Mendiola Cartel has since grown over 4,000 followers.
Marami akong ka-trade sa Hong Kong kasi mababait sila actually. Ang gusto nila kasi quantity, you get many, sobrang daming discount, ganun. Kasi dito sa atin, sobrang barat nila lahat. Nung bago ko pumunta Hong Kong, dinala ko yung Air Force One kay Vice Ganda. Nabentahan ko siya ng Dope, Block 9. So far yung sila Ronnie Alonte. Mga low-key rin na UAAP players, NCAA. Shoutout kila Sean Ildefonso. Flyer yan. Sobrang grateful actually ng mga ka-work ko sila. Dati idol ko lang yung mga yun. Like, di ba bata lang din ako dati. Scan ako sa IG, sila Antonio. Like, sila big boy actually. Tapos ngayon, si Big Boy nabentahan ko, yung iba ka-work ko, kasama ko sa booth, mga ganun. Sobrang humbling din as a kid.
The store since started selling high-fashion streetwear and luxury items. He also started his own clothing brand called Goons Clothing, which has over 1,000 followers on its own. The purpose being, he believes he can match the clothing with the sneakers that he sells.
At first, gusto ko lang ng extra money for buying sneakers. So, iniisip ko, pinapaikot ko yung sapatos ko. Gusto ko iba, nasa akin lang eh. Ayoko siya paikutin eh. Ano pang other way? So, I started selling na t-shirts, to match the sneakers I have. So, parang naisip ko good way yun. And, tapos na-develop ko na yung skill ko na pagde-design ng brand, ng logo, na meron pala ako nun in me. Like, na-design ko yung Cartel and Goons. I didn't know na maganda pala siya sa mata ng iba. Yung iba kong buyer, sobrang impulsive nila. Pag ang ganda ng shoes, gusto kailangan nila may paparis na pants, na shirt. So syempre, sa'yo na rin sila re-recta. Like, there's this collab na yung shoes, kakolab niya. Dati may past collab siya sa Supreme. So meron ako nun sa old collection ko, pwede ko siyang pag-mix and match. Pag nakita nila na pull off ko, mostly, marami nang bibili na after.
He believes he can strive because of the brotherhood and the type of community the sneakerhead culture has. And he plans to expand both stores here in the country in building physical stores for both of the accounts.
Actually, next year, I'm gonna go all out sa ng dalawa. Tayo ako ng store kasi next step na dapat kailangan mag-leap na. Sobrang tough na competition sa Pilipinas na mas marami pang hard worker. So dapat mas hardworking ka sa kanila everyday. Kailangan mas maaga ka sa kanila gumising. So yun, kailangan may store na ako next year. Bata pa lang gusto ko talaga ng sneakers. Binibilang pa ako ng peke. And then, if it wasn't for my friends sa sneakerhead industry, sobrang dahil ko nakilala dyan. And kung wala sila, Hindi ko rin maabot to actually. Sa Hong Kong, napunta akong Hong Kong. Friends ko, kasama ko. Sneakers ko rin nakilala yun. May mga na-meet kami doon bro, sa camp out lang din nakilala, tinulungan kami. Pinasahan pa ako ng retail, walang charge. So, sobrang solid din ng community talaga. Kaya sa mga negative na sumasali ngayon, kung kasi nyo tigil nyo na. Para hindi na masira lalo. Pero, okay lang yun. Kasi ang ganda talaga ng community, parang brotherhood talaga eh. Doon siya nag-start naman kasi talaga eh. So, ayun, ang dami rin natutunan dahil sa scene and everything. Na ma-apply mo sa buhay and business. Yun.
The sneakerhead culture here in the Philippines is alive and well, with the continuous growth of people taking interest in collecting sneakers and are also seeing it as a business opportunity here in the country.